everyone. Big Bravo, aka Rudy Braxton, here with another quick Met chat. We have a game today, and let me quickly give you the lineup, courtesy of Rich Gonzalez of Met fans from the Bronx. Tonight's lineup is as scheduled in Cincinnati. Leading off will be Reyes playing left field. I just say that. Reyes playing left field. Batting number 2 will be Nimmo playing right field. Number 3 will be Cabrera playing second base. Cleaning up will be Flores at third base. Batting 5th will be Darnell catching. In the 6th hole will be first baseman Dom Smith. In the 7th hole will be Rosario playing shortstop. Batting 8th and playing center field Lagares. And pitching tonight will be Flaxen. Okay, that's your lineup, courtesy of Rich Gonzalez of the Met fans from the Bronx. I'm not going to even say anything about the lineup because it is what it is. Injuries have really made it to a point of being able to field the team just crazy. And, at this point, we're really trying to get to September. Okay? At this point, guys are playing for jobs. Okay? Almost to September anyway. We know we're not going to the playoffs. This is time for guys to start playing for jobs. So, it is what it is. Show me what you got. Show me your versatility. And that's about it. Let's see. As we know, Cespedes, they shut down. And I do agree with that. You're not going nowhere this year. At this point, everything is geared to 2018. So why try to bring this guy back, especially with a hamstring problem? And, playing for what reason? Okay? For the fans? No, don't play for me. I want to be able to go back to the playoffs in 2018. So I need this guy as healthy as possible. So that means shut him down now. Shut him down. Okay? I'm not even looking to, play him for, we can make 500. You know what? And those pipe dreams are over. It's basically to the point, getting to the finish line without being injured. Okay, without having another major injury. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay. On the injury, you look at Conforto. We don't at this point. They're talking about him being out for a year. That's another knock. And I think the biggest knock that maybe we got yesterday is the David Wright. That, in his rehab, he had to stop. And anyone who has followed my videos and, everything in the show, and knows what I'm about to say. Okay? I love David Wright just like anybody else. But the truth of the matter is this. As much as I appreciate David Wright trying to do what he's trying to do, it's a point, David, when you have the realization is you're not coming back. And if you're doing this for, I understand what the athlete in David wants to go. If he's going to quit, I want to at least quit by going on that field just one more time. And I understand that. But David, you have to look at how you're holding up this organization. Now, I know a lot of people have been talking about, well, we need to go after Moustakas next year to play third base. Well, understand, you got a third baseman, and until that third baseman says he doesn't want, I'm not playing anymore, this is where this organization is going to stay. They're going to stay focused right there. Well, David Wright's our third baseman until he's healthy. So what happens? You have everybody and their mother playing. You understand, you can't get Moustakas and tell them, just stay on hold until, we settle this David Wright thing. You go after Moustakas with the whole idea. You're playing third base. what happens to David Wright? Okay? You're going to bring him to play first if he wants to. Then the young kid, Dom Smith, is out. And I think this kid can grow if you allow him to play. Now, the only thing, if you want to have a platoon between him and David Wright, if Wright can make it back, fine. But the truth of the matter is this. As we all love David Wright. He's a lifetime Met. He'll probably make a great coach. But David, it is time for you to sit there and be real with yourself and say, I cannot do this anymore. My body won't allow it to do it. Okay? Now, I know people have put online, I don't know the ins and outs of the contract, so I'm not going to sit there and say something I don't know that's sure. How much the insurance will cover, can Wilpons buy him out, or everything. But it just comes to this. David Wright has to make that decision and say, you know what? It's over. And you have to understand, that's the hardest thing for an athlete to sit there and say, it's over. I can't do this like I want to do it. Yes, his time is up. And understand, people want, when you say that, why are you putting a knock on David Wright? I'm not putting a knock on David Wright. I love David Wright. But there comes a time when you sit there and say, enough's enough. You gotta go. We gotta move on. Just like a lot of posts I put out about bringing Jay Bruce back, and then you had some people that came out there and said, don't bring him back. There's a reason why they released him. And traded him. They traded him because it was a money thing. Now, you honestly, because I was one of the people say, well, if you don't trade him, I would have loved to see a outfield of Cespedes, Conforto, and Bruce. Understand, that is 20 plus home runs out of your outfield at every position. 20 plus. So you're now talking about 60 home runs just from your outfield. Makes sense to me? Do the math. And Jay Bruce does not stay on the DL. If anyone have seen the videos, seen me, you know this is what I'm preaching for 2018. You have to get players who are not injury proof, who are not going to spend time on the DL. Now understand, players are going to have injuries. There are going to be times where you're going to have players on the DL, but not for long stints. We cannot afford that next year. We have been through that over probably the last 3 years. Yeah, Reyes in left field. Well, you know what, bruh, we'll just see how that happens. That's why I'm leaving it alone. That's how bad it has gotten. I don't know if Reyes went to them to see. And understand, it goes back to my intro and what I was saying before. Guys are playing for jobs for next year. Okay? Reyes already knows that infield is pretty crowded. And for the most part, if they kept him, he knows he could get in that infield somewhere. The point is making yourself available to get into that outfield or somewhere. You're making yourself versatile. Understand, remember, because that was the word this year, versatility. Everybody playing, being able to play another position. Okay? I understand that. Okay? But like, it is, to a certain point, it does get to be a joke. Now, understand, if he plays a great left field tonight, I'm not going to, who am I to sit there and judge? Who am I? But when you see it on paper, you kind of look, you kind of scratch your head, you kind of sit there and go, I don't know. I really don't. Like I said, watching these games for to the end of the season is almost going to be like watching wet paint dry. You know, I mean, as much as I love the team, you got to sit there and just scratch your head and go, what the hell? And real quick, I want to send my love out, and especially all our family in this group who are in Texas, especially in the Houston area. My prayers go out to you, okay? My prayers go out to everyone in the Houston Astro organization. We're praying for you. We're praying for Houston, praying for that whole area. And I'm asking anyone who's listening to the video, do what you can do. Donate what you can donate. You know, this is when humanitarians come out. You know, and I want to say something, and no one take this wrong, because everybody is insensitive to pitch Harvey during the Houston Astros series that's coming up after this. Man can't help what his name is. Unfortunately, his name is Harvey. Unfortunately, you need to get him in this rotation. Okay? And trust me, the Astros are not thinking anything about Matt Harvey. And it's like, only thing they're thinking is how much they might be able to light Harvey up. Hoping that don't happen, but... Okay? You can't take everything that sensitive. They know what his name is. So it's Harvey. Get over it. But getting back to our quick Met chat, like I said, next month, September, will be a month of just seeing what guys have to offer for next year, for the retooling. What I'm liking to see, and a good buddy of mine, Paul West from the Hub, B-Dub Hub, he had a tweet the other day, and I think, about Lagares. And Lagares is one of those guys that you have to be looking at, in the next month. Okay? Because he's one of these guys I targeted. Because and if you really look at Lagares and what he brings to the table, one, he's a great outfielder, but he can't hit. His hitting is, but you also said his hitting, because you can't keep him on the field. And, that's my thing. And I've told you, we have to get around players who cannot stay on the field, who are constantly, every year, on the DL for extended periods of time. This team cannot afford to have players like that anymore. They really can't. I mean, a lot of your problems this year is because half your starting pitching goes down, okay? And that really kills you. But the truth of the matter is, these players, and I can, you can name them, Lagares, Travis d'Arnaud, okay? It seems like every year they're spending time on the DL. And these are players you count on for the season. Now, luckily, like the year before, was able to plug a guy in and plug a guy here. But what happens when the guys you're plugging in also get injured? A TJ Rivera. Okay, that's a guy I'm sitting there going, if we at least had a TJ Rivera in the Ryan, Wilmer Flores, he's been on the DL. I mean, a lot of guys have been on the DL, but those guys I'm talking is, especially Lagares and d'Arnaud, it seems like you can pencil their name into the DL list even before the season goes. Now, like I said, Lagares, I'm willing to take a look at. I'm not really, if he can bring something, fine. It'd be a fourth outfielder. Okay? The guy really, I think the Mets really need to take a good look at and really make a concerted. I thought last year they should have made a concerted effort to get rid of him. You're right. This team is a soft. I mean, I understand all the training they did to bulk up and everything didn't do anything. It hurt you more than it did anything. You really, like I said, last year, the guy, I did not want Travis d'Arnaud back on this team. It's not like he calls a great game. Can't throw out runners. Okay, every once in a while he has some pop in his bat. But tell me where that you can sit there and go, oh, I really need Travis in this lineup every day. It's so funny. The guy I wanted to get, guess who got him? The Nationals. Matt Wieters. And the other sad part about the only other reason why you might have to keep a Travis d'Arnaud is because there's no real big catching, prospects out there or on other teams to trade for or as free agents. Catching in Major League Baseball has become very, very limited. And you get tired of, everybody always throwing, well, get Lucroy. They throw his name all around so much. And after a while, you're like, well, is he the only guy that okay? You saw, is there any more Molina brothers that maybe, a Molina cousin I can get? Who can catch? Valencia, blame Sandy. On that one, yeah, I can blame Sandy. I can blame Sandy on that. And really this offseason, I'm going to really be a little bit hard on Sandy. Because you must retool this team. Not rebuild, but retool. Part of retooling is you're going to have to bring in some players that can help this team who are not injury prone. Healthy guys. This is why I'm saying, yes, you got to bring back a Jay Bruce. Okay? You got to bring back guys that that can help your organization. Really. It just begs you to sit there and go, you cannot no longer afford to, stay with certain players. And, it's not about always spending money. It's spending your money wisely. If you cannot spend your money wisely, okay? And the other thing that you're going to have to spend your money is on, guess what? A manager. Now, I'm not going to sit here and down TC and go, and say, oh, TC has to go. Understand, TC is going for the simple reason that either he's going to retire or they're going to let him go because, you know what? We had a good run. And I understand, he gave them a great run. He took them to a World Series. He made it to the playoffs twice. So TC has done a great job. But now you need another voice. You need another voice. You, at this point, and the voice I've been putting out there is Ron Gardenhire. Ron Gardenhire has been a Met. Has a winning record as a longtime Twins manager. Recently, he's with the Diamondbacks right now. Recently, he did an interview and says that he, if he wanted to, yeah, he would want to manage again. So I think this, I've heard the name of, I think, Scott, Bob Guerin. I mean, me personally, does not, to me, relate, especially Guerin, who, when he was with the A's, did not have a winning record. Ron Gardenhire. That's the guy. Been to the playoffs. Other than Tom Kelly, has one of the best records in Twins history. It's also a Met. That's the guy they need to go after. TC, I thank you for your time, your services, but it's time to move on. And understand, I've made rants and everything about TC, so don't think that, but I think it's just that time. And like I said it before, a guy can only take you but so far sometimes. Sometimes he's being a Moses. I'm not going to make it to the promised land with you. I've taken you as far as I can go. So with that said, I also want to, some news. A lot of these chats of mine, I will have on YouTube. And we are going to broaden some of these chats. I'm hoping to bring in guests. And actually, I saw some other people on Realistic Mets, and they did a very nice job. And I don't pit groups against each other because I'm a member of many other groups. Okay? This is one of the first Met groups I joined. And that's why I do most of my videos right here. To show love to the first group I joined. But I will try to, I have a channel, and we're going to try to do more. I'm going to try to really incorporate the group within my channel. So I just want to let you put that out there. And it's getting close to game time, so I'll be tweeting. And like I said, I'm just glad that you're here listening. And you know what? Everybody have a good night. Let's go Mets. See ya.